Awesome. So, what are we doing today? We're dealing with just our tracking of the stimulus package that's available around the Caribbean, especially, but obviously the world. So, if you want to share with me what is going on with your country, please let us know, and we will be more than happy to dive deeper and to explore exactly what you have in your country. And obviously, if you have cases of COVID-19 in your country, but there is no general lockdown, and thus your governments did not give a stimulus package, or I really encourage you to lobby, contact your minister, contact your prime minister or president, and ask them, what are they offering to assist with the financial situation or the financial fallout due to COVID-19. So today we are specifically dealing with, yesterday we dealt with what the central bank is offering. And again, my heart goes out to all those persons who are affected, and also their families, and also those persons who, not only health wise, but may have lost their jobs and a home with very minimal to things to assist with their financial needs. My heart goes out to you. Please know that you're not alone. There is help. You just need to seek out that help. If you have always been someone who is engaged in the working environment, I encourage you to please follow your NIB, your NIS, whatever you call it, your Social Security board, whatever you call it, to get help. Do not stay in your house and not have anything in your cupboards to eat. This is a serious time, medically, health-wise, but financially, it's also a very serious time. So just make sure you pick up the phone, keep calling, even call 919 if you're in the Bahamas, and ask them to point you in the right direction if you're not sure, or call your local NIB or social services. Do not stay at home in a lockdown situation without food to eat. That is very real. And sometimes we tend to overlook our brothers and sisters who are going through such a situation. We see that the hotels are closed. You may have applied already to NIB, NIS, but you're still waiting on your check. Please even ask your neighbor for a cup of sugar or flour or whatever the case is. Do not stay hungry. Today is EBS's 5th anniversary, and I'm very grateful and very thankful for 5 years. I am looking at myself and I see I have my sister's necklace on. Oh my Lord, I hope she's not watching, because the last time I visited her house, I actually took this. But yeah, that's my bad for wearing it on live. Now she knows I have it. But yesterday, like I said, we dealt with the deferral loan payments. So you can look at my video. It's on YouTube. Please subscribe and like. Under the national insurance, and like I said, here in the Bahamas, it's called NIB, or National Insurance Board. I know in Guyana and St. Vincent, it's called the National Insurance Scheme, NIS. So whatever you call it, every NIS or NIB should have an unemployment benefit. So make sure you check that out. What I saw, in addition to the regular NIB, regular unemployment, I saw, I'm tracking all of the legitimate sites. I'm not only tracking, I'm not looking at things that, if something is forwarded to me, I go on my regular sites to see if they're authentic, and I encourage you to do the same. So unemployment on the site, there is mention of extended unemployment assistance for all self-employed workers. I had a client who messaged me yesterday and said that, Felicia, I'm self-employed, but this is the message I got from NIB where they said that I am not eligible. But what the client did was he applied for government funded unemployment for persons in the tourism sector. So if you apply for the wrong thing, of course you'll be rejected. But it would have been nice for the NIB people to say, well, look, you applied for the wrong thing, here it is. But they may not do that. So I want you to be very versed with whatever information is out there. So if you're self-employed, know that it was mentioned on the Ministry of Finance website that there is an unemployment assistance for self-employed individuals. You can read up what the criteria are before you apply, but please nevertheless apply. Now, there is also, like I said, if you were in the tourism industry, there is the tourism aspect of it. There is the sickness benefit for COVID-19. All of these things, listen, we need to have, let me see if I can show you it without disrupting. I have a heat map of what I've seen so far, right there. Yeah, my screen is broken. But I have a heat map. As I find things out, I am putting it on that. Hi, Keisha. No, you're late. You're just in time for the party. Hi, Camille. Hey, Lisa. So you need to keep yourselves informed and make sure you keep a file and all the things, because you never know when you'll need it. This thing is such that we're locked down until the 8th of April, but that may not even be, so he'll probably extend it. It depends on the curve and all these things. My husband explains the medical things, but they go straight over my head. But based on what they've said is that, they need to watch the curve to see how many persons are affected, or if people drop off the list in terms of get better, so that they can, before they lift things or before they see what's next. So we need to be prepared for the long haul. Listen, we are packing our bags and we are storing up information so that we will be prepared financially. Okay, so make sure you track your NIB site, NIS site, wherever you fall. Whether you're in Guyana, whether you're in Canada, whether it's social services, whatever you call it, it's the same concept, whether you're in the US or Switzerland, wherever. So follow your national insurance-like site to see what they can offer you. The next thing is, for those of us with businesses, small to medium-sized businesses, there is in the Bahamas, and like I said, I'm dealing with specifically for the Bahamas because that's where I sit, but I would really like to hear what your country is offering. And again, if they're not offering much, please lobby, get them to call your ministers, call people up, because it's a crucial time throughout the world, and especially the Caribbean, because we're so tourism driven that if the planes aren't coming as they did, or in the case of the Bahamas, they're not coming at all, there is a financial crunch throughout because it's a domino effect. Even though I may not depend directly on tourism, if my people, my clients who are dependent on tourism don't get their monies, then it's hard for me to realize my contracts. So please let us be prepared. Small business, there's a small business development center here in the Bahamas. I'm sure in your country there is similar. What I've seen so far is they have a business continuity loan for businesses who make under $3 million and who are who have less than 50 employees. So if you're a small business, you make you gross under 3 million before expenses, and you have under 50 employees, then you might want to check out this site. It's called accessaccelerators.org. Actually, I think it's accelerator instead of S, but either or, find it. What the government did thus far is that they allocated 20 million to back or to guarantee business continuity loans. What that is that they said, instead, you know how when you go to the banks, you need collateral to borrow anything. So the government said, look, I have shut down the country. I'm going to put $20 million as collateral and allow small businesses to borrow against the collateral. However, obviously there's some criteria. Things like you need to have a valid business license, you need to be able to show that you've been paying your expenses, and so it's a nicely set up tiered loan. Based on reading it, obviously you need to speak with your financial advisors, etc. But this is my my opinion, which I encourage you, before you act on it, you speak with your lawyer and your financial advisor. I think it's a good thing. Why I think it's a good thing? It's a low interest, so it's like 5%. Obviously, if prime rate drops, etc., you can get a possibly better, but it's 5% interest. It is, I think you get 4 or 5 months without paying, and there's no accumulated interest on that time. So it's like you get to use the money now, but you only start paying on it 5 or 4 months after you get it. So they start the payments as if you got it in month 5. So there is no deferred accrued interest, as we spoke of yesterday. Just one correction from my video yesterday. After listening to it, I made the statement that 10% of 10,000 is $100. My Lord. What I meant to say was, it's $1,000. However, we know with interest, you don't pay everything. If it's an annual interest, you would divide it by 12. And if you divide 1,000 by 12, it's 80 something dollars, and we round up to 100. So I just want to make that clear. And it's not that, well, sometimes I have to use the calculator for everything, but in that case, that's the explanation for that. Now, if you take advantage of this loan, or if you're eligible to take advantage, why not? The other thing I saw on the SBDC, or actually I saw on the Ministry of Finance, is that there is a payroll grant, and these things, I don't know what happened there, but it said stop. I hope you can still hear me. I feel as though, what happened? Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, I think you can. I'm not sure. Can someone just wave at me if you can still hear me? Okay, I see. I think you can hear me. It said something about the storage space is not there. But yeah, going back to the SBDC, yes, we can hear. Thank you, Keisha. SBDC. So take advantage of the small business loan if you can, after speaking with your financial advisors. But in addition, I saw the payroll grant being mentioned on the Ministry of Finance Facebook page, but nowhere is it noted that this exists on like the SBDC, etc. So I don't know if that was just a typo or what the case is. Thank you, Regine. But please ask your MP, etc., because it would be good to get a payroll grant versus a loan, as you would know. But I feel like Captain Hook, because you start hunting for treasures. There isn't one place where you can get all the information as to this is what the stimulus entails, and this is what you can get. It's like hunting for treasures throughout these different websites. But like I showed you earlier, that's why we need to keep a heat map of all the things that are available to us. Now, if we go to the Ministry of Finance section on my heat map, so we dealt with the SBDC. If we go to Ministry of Finance, what we see available thus far is that yesterday I mentioned that there was a deadline for paying business license. As soon as I was done with that live, I saw the website updated to USB Plan B. So on my computer, it said, on my phone, it said, I don't have enough space. Now, I told you guys I'm not the best at IT. So that was news to me that you needed space to go live on your phone. And my phone is just completely out of space. But where were we? We were on, let me see if I can split the screen. There we go. There we go. All right, so we're on the Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance. I hope you can hear me still. Okay, Ministry of Finance. Like I said, for the Ministry of Finance, we see a few things being official on their website. We see that the insurance premium was stopped, so you do not have to pay your insurance premiums, your health insurance, your health/medical, and also your life insurance. The Prime Minister stated that you do not have to pay those for the next, I think it's up to 60 days after the lockdown is over. So what you need to do is if you paid for the month of March, know that your insurance companies owe you from March 17th to March 31st. Just make sure that they give you back your money for that period, because the Prime Minister stated that you don't need to pay insurance premium, but you still should be covered from March 17th to until the lockdown is over, and then 60 days after that without payment. So that's a big help, I think. The other thing is, I mentioned that business license payment was due yesterday. The deadline for it was yesterday, but note that this has been extended to April 15th based on my reading. The same for real property tax, and also paying your real property tax fees in full to get that 10% rate. So what we have, the next thing which I saw, but I wasn't able to confirm. I sent a message, so hopefully someone from the ministry responds to me. I saw that there is help for medium to large businesses with sales over 3 million and up to over 25 employees. They're eligible for tax deferrals and tax credits for payroll support. So if you're in that category, you probably want to reach out to the Ministry of Finance as well, or the MP for your business area, to find out more about that. But that would be a great help if it's for real. I also saw 1.8 million allocated to Family Islands for emergency order execution. I'm not sure how exactly that's going to be done, but that's something for where you can investigate more. And I am still hopeful that there is some sort of VAT exemption for the entire period or VAT deadline exception. Still fingers crossed on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you continue to view the various websites. So, view your central bank website, your national insurance site, the small business development site, if you have such a business. View the Ministry of Finance. You can follow them on Facebook. The Office of the Prime Minister, follow them on Facebook to get updated information and accurate information. Do not get your information from WhatsApp forwards. If they come to you, then use that information to dig more for authentic details. And last but not least, let us continue to view our personal budgets and our business budgets to see what we can cut out from those budgets. Let us try to see what we know. We just saved some monies on health and life insurance. So please know your rights, contact your insurance companies, make sure that you get the deserved credits back on your account. And I would like to know what is going on in your country. So again, specifically for the rest of the Caribbean, please message me. Let me know what's going on in your country. If there is not much going on, please, by all means, put pressure on your officials. Get things cracking and get some help, because we all deserve the help, I find, because we were displaced from our offices in some cases, or just the reduction in business and social distancing also caused business reduction. So while we see the US is doing quite a bit for their people and looking at doing more, please let us make sure that we follow and put the right pressure on our governments to do the right thing. All right. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for hanging around, and we will see you very soon. All right. See you tomorrow, and have a great day. Take care.